Right, here we are in Bishop Street, just down the road from the Community Media Hub in the Reference Library, and some of you may know that the Just Fair Trade shop is here. It's been here since the year 2000, and we're going to go in and meet one of the founders, Sarah Shepherd. Hello everyone. They're all very shy in this shop. Right, Sarah.
Hiya.
Shop's been open since 2000.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you actually set up the social enterprise with your colleagues?
Yeah, we set it up because we'd been doing it as a short-let thing, and we realised that fair trade was something that people were wanting to get involved in. They realised the benefit of fair trade, and we needed to make the products more available, because you can imagine 9 years ago you couldn't get that much fair trade in the high street or in the supermarket.
Okay, now we're obviously based at the Community Media Hub up the road in the Reference Library,
Yeah.
and we've seen a bit of a change in the footfall as well since the bank shut and the post office as well. Has that affected your business as well as things like the current economic climate we hear about on the mainstream media?
Yeah, I mean, since we opened, our sales have gone up year on year until really the last couple of years, and it's begun to plateau off a bit, and it is a bit more challenging at the moment. As you say, footfall's down. It's difficult to know how much it's to do with location, how much it's to do with the availability of fair trade more generally, and how much it's to do with just people not spending the money, because we hear it in the news all the time, all retailers are struggling, and certainly times are challenging for us, but we're not ready to pack up and go home. We still feel that we're doing something really important.
Okay, quite an obvious question really. Now, when you started out in 2000, I should imagine you were probably, if not the
younger.
not less stressed probably, but one of the few places, if not the only place in Leicester that you could actually buy, for example, fair trade tea bags or coffee. Now, you can go into any mainstream supermarket now and get those things.
Yeah.
Now, is that why you've got such a diverse range of fair trade goods now, as opposed to your sort of,
Well, we still do the teas and coffees, and it never ceases to surprise me that actually we sell more food than anything else. But and that is much more available, more mainstream in your supermarkets and on the high street. But a lot of what we sell are from very small, independent little organisations who need access to the market, and we as a small independent shop can do that in the way that the big multiples, the big supermarkets, the big shops, they need stuff in volume that these little producers can't do, and we know the huge transformation that fair trade is bringing to these communities, so we feel it's important to keep supporting them. And also, a lot of the fair trade companies that are 100% fair trade, what people don't always realise is that they spend a lot of their profits ploughing it back into the communities on development work. For example, loads of people now know that you can buy fair trade cotton, and you can go and buy a £5 t-shirt in Marks and Spencer's that's got the fair trade cotton swing tag on it. But what they might not realise is that the only reason that that's now available is because an independent fair trade company called Tradecraft have been working with those cotton growers for the last 20 years, and they've been slowly working with them, helping them to increase the quality and the quantity of their cotton, so they're now in a position to sell to Marks and Spencer's. And we need to keep supporting organisations like Tradecraft who are doing this development work that's crucial. Otherwise we'll stop having new fair trade products in the future. Other communities won't benefit. So with the cotton example, Tradecraft have done that in India, so no, they've not stopped. Now they're working with cotton growers in Africa so that they too can benefit from the market. And it's this development work that's really important, and a lot of the products we sell in here are from companies like Tradecraft, who in effect almost like go the extra mile really to develop fair trade for the future.
Now, last question. Citizens Eye started 16 months ago, so
Yeah.
since then I've probably popped in a few times, and we've got your newsletters, and we put your news on the site, and I notice a lot of it involves going around and doing things like not only sort of Just Fair Trade Week and going to universities and doing student events and stuff, but also you get involved in schools as well, trying to encourage young people. Do you find that when you go into schools now, young people are a lot more aware of fair trade, or are you having to kind of still start from the basics, if you like?
I think it's much more well known, particularly among the younger generation and students and young people. It's getting embedded into more and more schools as they recognise the value of fair trade. It gets put in the citizenship curriculum, it gets put in geography, it gets put in religious studies and all that sort of stuff, because they recognise that also the fact that we're a social enterprise, that we are a slightly different model of working, that, you know, our main objective isn't to make profits for shareholders or owners. Our primary function is to benefit the producers, i.e. fair trade, and that gives us a slightly different way of working. We have different priorities, and that's something that's being encouraged, so that students, when they start thinking about getting work in the future, I think it's important that they don't only see the normal ways of making money, and that there are alternative ways of working.
Okay, brilliant. Could you give us your website address?
www.justfairtrade.com.
Great. Thanks very much, Sarah.